Hello, everybody, and welcome to another tabletop review hosted by yours truly, Tabletop Junkie. I'd like to just take a moment and say that I do apologize for being 15 minutes late. I had one technical issue after another, it seems, starting with my OBS and things with YouTubers not working properly. I did something and then somehow it upsetted some other things. I'm not sure how that happened, but you know, here I am now. So we're here to do a review uh, regarding the Castles and Crusades Gods and Legends book, which I will say this, I am not disappointed whatsoever. It was very hard to get through. And by hard, meaning there's a ton of information to absorb from this book alone. Gods and Legends was written by Davis Chenault, with contributions by Stephen Chenault, Brian Young, Jason Vey, and Todd Gray. Editor Michael Gross, we're going to say Gross, and Steve Edge. Front cover was Doug Kovacs. Interior art was by Peter Bradley, Zoe Devos, Jason Walton, Mark Allen, and Sarah Dreamy Walker. Art direction is by Peter Bradley. And I do apologize if I upsetted it, if I botched others' names. So, what is this book about? This book is exactly what you mean. It's about gods and legends. It starts with the opening with the Anvil of the Gods title, which basically starts about in role-playing games, gods and deities are real. Well, of course they are. In most role-playing games they are. It has there's just a lot of information. It does deviate from the original Gods and Monsters book. It does mention that. Um, so, and it does have stuff in here regarding gods, regarding a template. It's very hard for me to put into words. Um, Basically, they have a format for the deities that you don't really have to use. They do have a long introduction. Like the introduction alone starts on page 4, and it actually goes almost to page 20, which covers a pantheon of beliefs, gods and their avatars, characters, and divine attributes, as well as holy symbols. I even think they even have a section where it says role playing a god, deities, in a role playing game. Hang on a second. Huh. Okay, which is basically about, castle keepers taking on the form of a deity. Sorry for the long pause there. I had to adjust my glasses. So they do have a lot in here, especially if you want to give your deity, if you want to give your deity a sort of form in the games as well. Me personally, I like it if they're the voice. I mean, if they do have character stats, the character stats are compared to other gods, not lower forms such as regular people. You know, such as the characters that your players are playing. No, I would say they'd be pretty much no match. It's basically they can go up to like level 40. Yeah, 40 level ability. Gods are very, very strong. There's even something in here about demigods, lesser deities, and greater deities. Three forms. Three forms. They even have class roles. They have just lots in here. I know I'm being very vague. It's just so hard to get through this. It was hard for me to get through this. I actually cracked this book open a total of 5 times and only was able to get from cover to cover one of those times. There's just so much information in here. So much information. Um, they even got stuff on holy symbols. But the best part is getting to the religions. When you get to the humanoid pantheons, like they do have a format for all the pantheons. They have the name, the order that the pantheon is from, the province, which is generally like, think of it like in Pathfinder First Edition or D&D Fifth Edition. It's a domain, a plane from where they're from, their alignment, temples that they generally have in the world, sacrifices if they have any, holy days, superstition, preferred weapons, and adage. Adage is, if you don't know what an adage is, adage. The adage is a common saying, prayer, expression, or sentiment that followers of the deity use. It is not it is not necessarily something that the deity says or that summons the deity. However, in any interaction with the deity, impact of the use of the adage are left to the discretion of the castle keepers. Unfortunately, that actually says that quite a bit, actually. The ceremony, stuff that you must do, and then it has granted abilities. Like certain characters, like such as for, we're going to talk about Corthane. He's an air god, the air god of the Justice Maker, Slayer of Gods, and Shatterer of Worlds. Clerics and Paladins get an enhanced attribute once per week per level, and then at another level or higher, they can use Sunburst once per week. So, and all the gods, all the deities fall under that format. They have stuff in here stemming from the gods of Erd. They got some of them in here. Dwarf deities, elven deities, halflings, gnomes, humanoids. You get the gist. They have all the deities of all the major races, even dragon deities. They even have deities from Celtic religion, Greek religion, Egyptian, German, Norse, and Slavic. And they even have, now see, they only have like samples of those ones because those are expanded out in other books, of which I'm going to be collecting those at a later time as well. So there's just a lot to go in on here. If you plan on running a game, I do recommend picking up this book. It is very, very enlightening. I'm actually still going through it myself for my deities. My deities, I mean, I don't really need it to make them. It's just, if I want to give out boons, I'm trying to get some ideas for boons. Such as, you know, someone who has been devoted to their god deserves a gift every now and then. That is, of course, that's my belief. So, moving on from there, I'm going to show off some of the artwork that we have in here. And you guys can go for yourself. This book is actually, let me see, how much did I buy this book for? I think it's $40 on the Troll Lord Games website, which I'm going to check real quick. I am going to share it in my description as well. So you no need to worry about that. I have a description and link to this book specifically. Of course, I bought the Yours Truly Known. I'm sorry, I had a quick message, but I'm also trying to look up this book. Okay, Gods and Legends. Ooh. Okay, so I picked up... Hang on, I'm looking at something real quick. I do not know... that's a used book. Okay. Alright, so I bought the print and digital combo. So, for Gods and Legends, if you do the print, it is $29.99. If you do the digital, all you'll pay is $19.99, a $10 difference. But if you do the print plus digital, it is $29.99, or not $39.99. Excuse me. So the print is $29.99, the digital is $19.99, and then so if you think about it, that's like, what is it? That's like $50. So you're actually, by doing the print and digital combo, you're actually saving roughly about $10. So of course I always have to do the print and digital combo as always. And I will have a link I always link everyone to the print and digital combos, so yes. Alright, we're going to show off some artwork here, and like I said, just take a look. If it's not something you can see yourself spending any time on, I would wait, because this book may need a secondary review. I'm supposed to get my physical copy today. I also, like I said, I buy the digital and the print. The copies were left behind, was a little bit. I mean, this book has well over, according to, has well around 150 pages. So there is a lot here. Alright, so, what is this, Slavic? Let's see. Sorry, I'm looking through some of the deities real quick. I'm going to have to show you guys some of the formats we have here. So, let me do a screen share. Pull this up. Try and get you guys into it, because I know my description. I'm sorry, I think my review was kind of crappy, but I mean, there's not really much I can really say or do. This is something you got to see for yourself. I mean, this is one of the best books I've ever bought. I am very much not disappointed. with the book itself. The book is very, very good. So this is the artwork. The artwork, I think, not everyone may like it. I like it. It fits the tone. It fits the tone, and I like it. It looks like a painting, which is what I'm sorry. When you're talking about deities, it's what needs to happen. So see, like I said here, see, look at this. You have all of this, and there's a lot here. You can even see there's a lot of information here. And the introduction isn't just page 4 to 5. This is like subtitles. These are parts. So there's 4 parts. There, as you can see here, there's 4 parts to this whole chapter. So this is a 20-page chapter with 4 different parts in it. There, as you can see, there's just tons of information about how to roleplay a deity, what a deity is, and all that good stuff. Levels of a deity, roles of a deity, divine attributes of a deity. Just tons. And then the humanoid pantheons, which I do think they do change them when you go into the non-humans, because I noticed they had a separate form, which is something I didn't notice yesterday. Looks like they have deity characteristics. I'm hoping that's for everything. So they have a lot here. So this is one of the gods of Erd. There's a photo. These are I don't know if they're twin sisters. Arena, the moon, Arena Denru, sister of Iovet. They're all part of the Order of the Vel Irakun. Alright, so doesn't say twin sister. But she's like goddess of the moon. She is like goddess of the sun. Following through with the ceremony grants one a protection from fire spell as if casted by a 10th level caster. I love that artwork. Very, very good artwork. Very good artwork. He's an evil one. Evil deity. I'm assuming it is Narit, the Abyssal Lord, the Unburdened One, the All-Seeing. Chaos, destruction, misery, deception, carelessness. Chaotic evil. He doesn't grant any abilities. This one's just evil. He doesn't grant any abilities either. Not all deities grant abilities to their followers. But I like those who do. I'm sorry, there should be some devotion. Alright, so without showing off too much here, let's move on to, especially of the gods of Erd, let's move on to dwarf deities. That one looks cool. Grayscale art. This is an elf deity, I believe. Yep. Just lots to think about. I like the grayscale art. Let's show off some of our real world stuff, like the Greek deities. I'm not sure what they have in here. I haven't really checked our own world's deities. And they do have a lot. You guys can see they do have a lot. Well, it looks like we have one. I'm not sure who that is. Egyptian. I love the Egyptian religion. Like the look of it. How they make everyone look. I do like that. Alright, so not a lot more art there, so that's what we do have to show off today. Alright, so just so you guys can see firsthand of when I first began the conversation of the review, that there is just a lot to go off of here. So this book is very well informative. I've gotten a lot of good recommendations for it. It was the $40 was well spent. I do recommend it. And if this review, did you start early? 10 minutes ago, this stream was showing for 4 p.m. No, that might have been because I started 15 minutes late, Colin. So it probably restarted. Oh, because this stream was 10 o'clock. So yeah. I don't know, maybe YouTube is messing that up. I did have some problems starting because, yeah, I started 15 minutes late. I've only been on for like 16 minutes. Well, like I said, my first part of the review was botched a little bit. I don't think I give a good description about it, but like I said, there's just so much information to absorb from that book. And I did show off the art of that book, so if you haven't seen it, you can go back and watch that, see the art. There is just a lot to absorb. They do, and it's really more or less a reference guide. It's not anything else. So really, the biggest part of that is the introduction. The introduction is very much enticing, and then the rest of it, of course, the rest of it is just icing on the cake to me, because once you get past the first 20 pages, that's where really why you bought the book, was for that stuff there. So, but it's got a lot of good information in the first 20 pages, so go through it very, very slowly. Go through it very, very slowly. Like I said, it's highly recommended. If you don't think it's for you as a castle keeper, I would just think about it. I would think about it. Put it on a priority list, because Gods and Legends is a very, very good book. Although, like I said, I think I gave it a very crappy review, or I didn't do the review justice, because it is a very, very good book. Very well informative. But, like I said, my first 7 minutes, I was just talking about it, but it really only took 7 minutes to explain. So, it's just awesome. I can't praise it enough. Trollord Games, you guys did an awesome job with it, doing a shout out to them. They probably will never see this. I don't know if anyone ever will. But like I said, I just want to give them a good review. And we showed off a little bit of the art and the information, so that way the audience, can see what I'm really talking about. There's just so much to absorb. So, I know it doesn't make me sound enthusiastic, but I am trying here. It's just Gods and Legends it's nearly 200 pages. It was very hard for me to get past the first 20 pages, just because there was a lot of information to absorb. We talked about, because it talks about role-playing as a god for the Castle Keeper. It talks about what the deity's roles are in the world, as well as the higher planes. And then it has the format for how a deity is written. So, alright, well, I'm not going to take up any more time. Everyone have a great and wonderful day. Thank you so much for tuning in to the review. I very much do appreciate that. I will be posting more. There will be more coming up here real soon, so please keep a watch on my Twitter account, because I will be posting on some more videos that will be coming up, as well as more stuff regarding Castles and Crusades, because we will definitely be starting an adventure with that very soon. Alright, have a great day, everybody.